Welcome back. These are two more builds of strand this time. So this first build is using Cytorachne's Facade. So this is, you get woven mail when you use grapple, and you get better flinch resistance when you have woven mail. So this uses strand. Only super, only melee. Use grapple, of course. Aspects use Widow's Silk, so you get an additional grapple. And then Whirling Maelstrom, destroying a tangle. It creates this little flying tangle tornado thing that flies around and goes to enemies, unravels them, does damage. So this build is pretty much just tangles and woven mail. So fragments are Threat of Warding, picking up an orb grants woven mail, that one's really good. Threat of Transmutation, when you have woven mail, weapon and final blows create a tangle. Threat of Generation, dealing damage generates grenade energy, that's really good. Then Threat of Ascent, activating your grenade reloads your equipped weapon and grants bonus airborne effectiveness and handling. So this uses Navigator, the Navigator from Ghosts of the Deep, it's the exotic. Probably the best woven mail weapon, the only one, but this is really good for this build. So if you have the catalyst, it makes it a lot better. So firing the weapon at an ally grants woven mail to you and your ally, and then the exotic trait, dealing sustained damage, severs targets. The catalyst, if you have that makes this a lot better. There's a special reload where you can fire and create a grapple tangle at the targeted point, so that you don't have to waste your grapple. And then, since it's a special ammo weapon, I did a solar pulse rifle. You can use anything, really, like literally anything. I did a heal clip and incandescent pulse rifle, but it doesn't really matter what you use. And then I used a strand machine gun with attrition orbs. Okay, well, the perks don't matter. You should probably use something with attrition orbs, so you get orbs, which means woven mail, but it doesn't matter. Just anything good. And then helmet, discipline, resilience, special ammo finder, harmonic siphon, and solar siphon. Gauntlets, strength, heavy-handed, impact induction, harmonic loader, chest armor, intellect, and then triple strand reserves for the navigator. Legs, intellect, recuperation, innervation, and strand scavenger. Cloak, discipline, strength for artifice, reaper, bomber, and bomber again. And then the artifact, you can do elemental supercharger or heavy ordnance regeneration here, and then you should probably do to shreds. And then here you could do maligned harvest, horde shuttle, damaging unraveled targets spawns a threadling, and then gold from lead for heavy ammo. Then here, elemental siphons, you get a tangle from rapid final blows. And then dielectric, which you don't really need for the build, but there's nothing else strand here. And then here, you do volatile marksman if you want. And then unraveling orbs. You may want to switch out volatile marksman for vile weave. And then unraveling orbs, picking up an orb or a tangle gives you unraveling rounds. And strand weapons deal more damage to strand debuffs targets. Here, these don't really matter. Just do what you want. Whatever weapons you're comfortable using. I should probably change one of these to trace rifles because of the navigator, but it's fine. So this one is using the bombardiers. Dodging leaves behind an explosive that detonates after a short delay, damaging targets around it and creating a secondary effect based on your super's element. So here it would sever. And then here I use Threadling Grenade, Widow's Silk, additional grenade charge, and then Threaded Spectre, which activating your class ability leaves behind a decoy woven from strand matter, and once it's destroyed it releases threadlings. For fragments, I did Thread of Rebirth. Strand weapons can make a threadling. Thread of Isolation, landing rapid precision hits amidst a severing burst from the target. Thread of Evolution, threadlings travel farther and deal additional damage. And Thread of Continuity, suspend, unravel, and sever have increased duration. I use the new strand SMG from this season, Barrow-Dyad, the crafted SMG. You could use other things like Euphony, the raid exotic from Final Shape, but I used Barrow-Dyad. So this doesn't relate to the build much, but it is a very good strand weapon, and it's craftable, so there's different traits you can put here. I would highly recommend getting this if you haven't already. And then you can use any special energy weapon. I used a area denial grenade launcher enhanced with demolitionist and pugilist, so you get both abilities back. And then I use a strand machine gun, same thing as before. And then the artifact is also the same thing as before. Helmet, I did mobility, special ammo finder, harmonic siphon, and power preservation, so more orbs. Then gauntlets, I did mobility, bolstering detonation, focusing strike, and heavy-handed. Then chest armor, I did strength, strand reserves ×3, legs, I did mobility and twice because of artifice, recuperation, insulation, and strand scavenger. Cloak, I did mobility, artifice for strength, reaper, bomber, and then distribution. So those are my two strand builds.